Within the Jujutsu Kaisen anime, we finally had the finale between Mahito and Yuji, with Yuji managing to finally take down the last of the disaster curses. But seemingly as Mahito reaches his limit and is about to die, we see the fake Geto make an appearance. I've seen some people ask for who the fake Geto really is and what his true goal is. Who is the fake Geto and why he will win in the end of the series. The battle between Satoru Gojo and Gojo Sukuna finally reaching its climax, it appears that the victor has been Gojo, seemingly winning the battle of the strongest. With there being debates in the Jujutsu Kaisen community that Sukuna has a secret technique or ability to counter Gojo, it's seemingly looking to be in the favor of the strongest. However, with Gojo and Sukuna both being at their respective lowest, it seems this could be exactly going to Kenjaku's plan, or being exactly what he wanted all along. Before I delve deeper into the video, if you want to see more Jujutsu Kaisen content like this, let me know in the comments down below, leave a like and subscribe, and comment down below, as it'll help me greatly. Kenjaku is a curse user who has the ability to body hop depending on the circumstances and can take control of the corpse and gain not just the memories but the innate curse technique as well. Being at one point known as the infamous Noritoshi Kamo, who is the worst Jujutsu source of all time, and the blood of the big three families. He's been painstakingly planning for 1,000 years to explore and deepen his understanding of curse energy. When talking to Yuki Tsukubo, he reveals he's not planning to use the idea of cursed energy to create a world without cursed spirits or a peaceful world. He uses 1,000 years of experience to learn and explore the potential from non-sorcerers, sorcerers, and even cursed spirits. And to this disappointment reached a limit, pondering there has to be more to human potential. From this, he even created Choso and the other death painting wombs, which are a mix of both cursed spirit and humans to surpass that said potential, but even they were too ordinary. What he really needed was that which he can't control. A chaos so strong that not even he could control it or understand it. Not only creating hundreds of vows with numerous sorcerers, but this was done so he can create the world of the future, to bring back the golden age of Jujutsu sorcery, the Heian era. His plan is to merge with Tengen with all of humanity, with the Kollingen being created to make up for his lack of cursed energy, with even Tengen noting that this were to happen, they would become something greater than a sorcerer, and that even if a single person merged were to rage out under control, the entire world would end on the spot. But Kenjaku is just more fascinated by what form the creatures will take, even saying he's like a child with a crayon holding a blank piece of paper, just saying he's doing all this because it's fun and interesting to him, and that he doesn't know what will happen until it does. After defeating Yuki and Tengen, he then absorbs it but cannot merge with Tengen with humanity until the Kollin game ends. Because of the binding vow he took promising to end what was permanent, he has to wait some time until every player is dead, making a rule that the Kollin game will only end after Suguru Geto or Megumi Fushiguro, leaving Kenjaku and Sukuna to seemingly go kill the rest of the players to end the game. However, an obstacle that Kenjaku thought he finally got rid of returned in the form of Satoru Gojo finally escaping the prison room. Immediately threatening to kill Kenjaku, Sukuna and Urarame intervene with Gojo one-shotting Urarame and putting the final battle to be on Christmas Eve, saying he'll win. Although interestingly learned that Kenjaku and Sukuna have a binding vow meant to keep Sukuna in his good graces and to support him, and that Kenjaku for the 1 month wait to the fight stood by Sukuna to stay alive and that he couldn't plan to make a move until then. While Sukuna's fighting Gojo, Kenjaku plans to defeat the rest of the Kollin game players, be free to do as he pleases. He theorized that the rest of Jujutsu High would only jump into the fight if Gojo loses to Sukuna to fight him in the Urarame, since that would be the only chance they have. Ever since then, we haven't got anything on Kenjaku's whereabouts. However, since the fight between Gojo and Sukuna is seemingly over, it seems as though now would be the best time to catch Gojo off guard. Keep in mind, Gojo is so overwhelmingly strong that Kenjaku thinks even in a 5v1 situation, with the disaster curses at his side, Gojo could still win, and that the Shibuya incident was literally created because of this flaw. Although Kenjaku wants to avoid killing Gojo at all costs because the Six Eyes can be reborn into someone else, his plan to create something that cannot be stopped can only be done if he ends the unstoppable Satoru Gojo. Even in this fatigued state, you can argue Gojo may still be stronger than Kenjaku, leaving this to be his only opportunity to strike until Gojo recovers. Since Kenjaku would only have the opportunity to kill everyone from Jujutsu High after Satoru Gojo's dead, this is considered a Kollin game player to end the game to merge with Tengen. His next move would simply have to wait until the end of the fight with Gojo versus Sukuna, hoping that he's off guard, or Kenjaku's plan will just fall apart right then and there. Now, as I explained, Kenjaku was somebody who meticulously planned for centuries ahead of time for these specific conditions to happen with the Culling Games. Kenjaku, despite having the anomaly of Satoru Gojo to deal with, being the sole and only threat to deal with him and his plans, and yet he's still able to counter this very being that can't be matched or defeated via a single plan. And we see even with Sukuna, he's able to work with and not control him being a bonding vow and have at least a certain level of trust between the two curses. Although we see in the current chapters Kenjaku gets caught off guard by Yuta, he's still able to continue without being distraught and thinks he and his plans have yet to be finished, and if anything, nothing bad has happened yet. Even with him being a literal head, he's at the highest he's ever been, with Gojo gone and Sukuna returning to his pride hating era self, being at his side and being able to virtually take anybody out. The reason Kenjaku will win is not because of his abilities or his curse technique, but because of his meticulous plan that has never backfired on him whatsoever, and the same plan that can defeat one of, if not the strongest characters in Jujutsu Kaisen. Kenjaku, being the main manipulator of Jujutsu Kaisen, has caused and disturbed everything to go exactly as he envisioned, without caring about anything but his pastimes of enjoyment and new experiences. Kenjaku is truly what a genius shonen antagonist should strive to be in terms of depth and character, and I do think that if he doesn't win in the end of the series will fail and be known as the worst in all of shonen history.